Now, can a robot truly replace your traditional mower? Will it save you hours of backbreaking labor in the sweltering summer heat? Or could it even cut down on expenses on your lawn services? Well, stay tuned to today's video where we tackle these questions and even more as we dive into one of the coolest pieces of tech that I've had the pleasure to test out, the Mammotion Luba 2 robot lawnmower. Hey there neighbors, I'm Ryan the Tech Guy, and welcome to This Smart House, where we explore the latest in smart home technology and handy smart home projects. This video has been especially fun to put together, not only because I've thoroughly enjoyed using the product, but also because it's turned me into a bit of an unintentional local celebrity. I've got the opportunity to meet a ton of my neighbors who can't help but stop by and ask what the heck this thing is buzzing around my lawn. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Luba 2 all-wheel drive robot mower from Mammotion. I've been using this robotic lifesaver for about 2 weeks now, and it couldn't have come at a better time. We've had some really rainy weather lately, and trying to fit in lawn mowing between raindrops, when I'm home, and when the grass is actually dry would have been next to impossible. So before we dive into the Luba 2's high-tech capabilities, let me explain why I think my yard is a good test. First of all, it's peppered with sidewalks that create several small patches of grass, each a mini maze of its own. Then there's the usual suburban safari, kids and pets darting around. I really don't want to injure someone or their pet. I also have high curbs and rock edging. Beautiful, but tricky for navigation sensors. Plus, this backyard is fenced in, adding 90-degree corners and contours for this little bot to figure out. And to top it all off, the yard is relatively large for suburbia, so there's a lot of ground to cover. So you can see, if a mower can handle this, it's ready for just about anything. So let's dive into what makes the Luba 2 stand out, from its high-tech navigation system to the unique features that keep your lawn pristine all season. We'll cover it all. So are you ready to see how this robot can change the way you think about lawn care? Well, let's get started. So let's take a look at the innovative features of the Luba 2, starting with its robust all-wheel drive. Now, the all-wheel drive is a huge upgrade for any robotic lawnmower. The Luba 2 can handle inclines up to 38 degrees, making it ideal for challenging terrains like my father's famously hilly property, which we're going to put it to the test later on this season. Now, its powerful combination of knobby back tires and front Omni wheels allow for zero-point turns, ensuring that it navigates tight spaces effortlessly. You can even customize the turning modes in the application, choosing either zero turn for tight corners or multi-point turns to protect delicate lawns from ruts. And yes, the robot is built tough. You can leave it out in almost all weather conditions. Just avoid any direct water sprays under the unit. Now, they do have a protective cover coming out soon that should prevent damage from springtime hailstorms. Next up, the installation process is refreshingly wire-free. While you still need wire for power, the Luba 2 skips the cumbersome boundary wires thanks to its RTK-enabled GPS and a suite of sensors. RTK, or real-time kinematic, provides centimeter-level accuracy that's found in professional surveying tools, mapping drones, and agricultural equipment, ensuring the mower knows exactly where it is at all times. At the core of the Luba 2's operation is its advanced navigation system. Dual vision cameras and ultrasonic sensors excel in obstacle detection, navigating around pets, people, and toys effortlessly. It even has a rain sensor on the back that prompts the robot to return to the dock when it starts to rain. It also ensures that it doesn't run on rainy days if you have that enabled in the app. Now, communication is key with the Luba 2. It connects to your home's 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi for full control via the app, where you can monitor to the dock from anywhere. The initial setup involves manually driving the robot via Bluetooth. This is a safety feature to ensure precise boundary training and also to make sure you don't do something silly, like drive it from the other side of the country. For larger properties, an optional 4G SIM card can be added to extend communication range and enable GPS tracking. If moved or stolen, the Luba 2 alerts you and makes a noise, with added security features like owner authentication and the ability to install your own AirTag or adjustable suspension height is a key difference between the standard and the H models. You can set the cutting height directly in the app from 1 to 2.7 inches for the standard model and 2.2 to 4 inches for the H model. This one's ideal for taller grass types like we have here in America. Additionally, this suspension helps maintain stability and even cutting over uneven terrain. Now, regarding runtime, the Luba 2 boasts an impressive 180 minutes per charge. In my testing, this equals about 5,300 square feet on one single charge, even with the fancy angle cuts that I like to use. Now, recharging takes about 150 minutes, providing just enough downtime before it's ready to go again. And of course, like most modern robots, it will return automatically to the dock to charge if it does get low, and then resume from where it left off. Now, each model is designed to handle different lawn sizes, with 4 options based on the square meter coverage: 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, and 10,000. Now, the Luba 2 features dual cutting heads. Each has 4 blades that are designed for 50 hours of cutting time before they need to be changed. Now, the blades can be flipped over to the other side to double their lifespan. Now, I know some folks in the Mammotion subreddit have suggested adding a feature to automatically reverse the cutting head each time you start to mow. Hopefully that gets implemented soon. To remove the tiniest bit of grass each time it runs. However, if you have a bigger job for it to handle, you can enable tall grass mode, where it lowers the sensitivity of the bumper and will allow it to start at the highest mowing setting. Then it'll come back through and mow at your set setting later on. Now, the mower does have a really cool feature. It allows you to actually mow manually, meaning you can drive the robot from the app and have it mow wherever you want. This does come in handy to pick up edge spots that the robot might not normally be able to get to. Now, another killer feature of the robot is just how quiet it is. It's been running here in the background this entire time and you can barely hear it. The mower itself is almost completely silent. The only thing that you really hear are the beeps indicating that it's starting to mow or it ran into something, and the sound of the grass being cut. This is really great if you want to have the mower run early in the morning or even overnight. So if you found any helpful information in this video so far, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps the algorithm know that people are enjoying this video, and subscribe for more great content like reviews and home automation projects. Now let's take a look at what the app has to offer. For the next part of our deep dive, let's explore the comprehensive app. Now, we've touched on some of the functions already, but now let's spotlight some of the standout features. So once you get everything set up, the first thing you're going to want to do is set up your zones. Zones are designated areas where you want the bot to focus its mowing efforts. You set these up directly in the app by driving the mower around that perimeter. Once you complete the circuit, the app prompts you to go ahead and save it. If you made a mistake, no worries. You can easily adjust the perimeter by editing the zone and then driving the mower around the area you want to modify, either expanding or reducing it as needed. Just remember, any modifications require active input from you through the app, so you actually have to drive the mower through the new path. You can't make any changes just on the map. Next up are channels. These are pathways that connect each zone. Channels are crucial for guiding the mower safely across different areas of your property, like sidewalks, driveways, or even through gates. For example, I've got my mower set up to cross the most visible parts of my sidewalk to avoid scaring any of the neighbors. Now, this feature is especially handy for navigating through gates without bumping into the fence. And it's required to have a channel set up between each zone, even if they bump up against each other. And you also might need to set up a channel between where your robot charges and where the first zone is. Another key feature is setting up no-go zones. These are areas where the mower is forbidden to enter. It's useful for circling out major obstacles like playground sets or even trees. Even though the mower can automatically avoid most significant objects, setting up a no-go zone around them is far more efficient and ensures a cleaner mowing job. Plus, you don't have to hear it run into things constantly. Now, you've already seen how the app allows you to drive the robot around for manual mowing. Well, let's talk about the automated mowing tasks, which is where the app and the robot truly do shine. So tasks are the automated mowing jobs that can be incredibly flexible. You've got one-time tasks, which are perfect for your unexpected mowing needs, weekly tasks where you can specify what day of the week the mower operates in what zones, specific date tasks where you can schedule the mowing for a specific date, and then finally we have fixed interval tasks. These are the most flexible, where you can set it up to mow every so many days. So you can say mow the front yard every other day, keeping your lawn pristine. Now, when we set up each task, it offers a number of customization options. You can actually set the cutting height per each task to suit the grass growth and the season for the particular area. You can set the mowing speed, which normally I have mine set to maximum, but you can reduce this if the mower tends to overshoot or get stuck. Now, this is the coolest part, the mowing patterns. You can choose from edging, where it does only the perimeter, zigzag, which is the standard back and forth pattern, chessboard for a fancier look, and adaptive zigzag, which is a newer option that I'm experimenting with. Now, for patterns like zigzag and chessboard, you can actually set the angle to customize your lawn's appearance. So far, I've been very impressed, and so have my neighbors, with the precision of the lines. It's amazing that this little robot can actually put down pretty decent lines in a yard. I've actually set my front yard up with alternating 45-degree angles, which adds a nice extra look to it, and really shows off the precision that this thing can pull off. Next up, we've got path spacing. So this allows you to decide on how much overlap for each mower pass. You can customize the obstacle detection mode as well. These options range from a gentle stop before it touches an object to gently touching it or avoiding it entirely. I personally use the no-touch settings near sidewalks and slow touch here in the backyard, switching those options whether or not there'll be kids in the backyard. And you can control the lap settings, which is how many times it covers the perimeter and no-go zones, which is super useful if you have to stop the mower and you need to come back later on. You can just set it for the percentage in the job you want to start at. And then once you have everything set up in the app, you actually can review the settings before you start with the preview option. This lets you make sure you have the right angles for all the different sections that you want. Now, after getting into all the features of the Luba 2, the biggest questions remain. Does it really work? And is it worth your investment? Let's tackle these one at a time. Now, in the 2 weeks that I've been testing the robot, I'm convinced the robot has the potential to replace most traditional mowing methods, whether you're doing it yourself or paying for a service. I feel the Luba 2 can deliver a mow that rivals or even beats professional results, provided you have the right type of yard. However, yards with many trees or excessive debris might pose challenges, affecting its ability to navigate and mow effectively. But for your typical suburban home, I think the Luba 2 could be a significant time saver. Aside from a few quirks with the app and occasional issues navigating large curbs, my overall impression is overwhelmingly positive. Now remember, the Luba 2 takes over the mowing, but it's not complete yard care, meaning you'll still need to handle trimming and edging. But I find myself only having to do that every so often, usually every other week. So previously, mowing took me about 3 hours using my push mower, and this robot saves me the vast majority of that time. Now there are some additional features and enhancements I would love to see. First of all, enhanced smart home integrations, like with Home Assistant. Automatic reversal of cutting blades for easier maintenance, which I mentioned earlier. The ability to rename zones. It seems silly you can't do this yet, but I'm assuming it's coming very soon. And I'd like to see the future software updates very quickly include some of the advertised features like the Google and Alexa integration and lawn printing. Neither of those are available right now. So now comes to the critical question, is it really worth the money? So pricing for the Luba 2 varies by model. The base model, the 1000, starts at $2,099. With each subsequent model, the 3000 and 5000 increasing by $400 each. The largest unit, the 10000, is priced at $4,099. While the initial cost might seem steep, consider the ongoing cost for paying for lawn services, which can quickly add up, or even the expense and time commitment of enjoy mowing or have recently invested in a new mower, then this product probably won't be a good fit for you. However, with its 2-year warranty covering a broad range of potential issues, I think the Luba 2 represents a worthwhile investment for many homeowners. Now, if you can't wait to pick one of these up, please use one of the links I have down in the video description. It goes to help the channel and Mammotion know that you got some great information from this video. Now, if there's something I missed or you have a specific question, please feel free to leave a comment below. I do try to answer each of the questions that I receive. Now, another big thanks goes out to Mammotion for sending over the mower and their support through the review process. Now they do have a solar-powered option coming out for the RTK unit very soon, and I should be getting one of those to try out. So keep an eye out for the YouTube short when that comes out, and I'll have a link to that in the description when it's available. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. This was really a fun review to make, so I hope you all enjoyed it. So please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.